Run it up, then run it back. Run it up, then run it back. Run it up, run it back. Run it up, then run it back.
Good morning and welcome to Run It Back. Lou, Will, Chandler, P, Boogie. My name is Michelle. Let's just be truthful. Not a lot of sleep happened at this desk overnight, with the exception of Boogie, who's apparently the only one who actually went to bed at a reasonable hour.
Responsible.
There was a 7-hour. That's 2 Schindler's List. That's 3.5 basketball games. That's like a million things you could do in 7 hours. That's how long a baseball game took out here in Los Angeles yesterday. Stayed up for the whole thing. How you feeling? Wearing the shirt.
Full transparency, I didn't watch a possession of the NBA last night.
Oh, great. It's going to be a good show.
With a 7-hour MLB game, but that game was sick. That was so good, and I watched the entire thing. I felt obligated.
Yeah,
I couldn't quit.
You're invested.
Great baseball.
Man.
It's amazing.
Great baseball.
It was the most, it had so much drama, and then we get to do it all again today. But I swear to God, if you guys think about going extra innings, no. Which means we're going to get one baseball-related question in, but we do have Amar'e Stoudemire coming on in a little bit as well on the show. But I want to ask you guys right before we get into the games of last night, better alien in his respective sport, Shohei or Wemby?
Shohei. He got chips with dip.
Yeah, and Wemby's, he's got time, right? Shohei, what he's doing now is unbelievable. Like the 4 intentional walks last night, just like.
Oh, when they walked in.
It's ridiculous. He's the best.
Like
I think he's the greatest player of all time.
In overtime.
No, it's nuts. And then tonight he's pitching. Like,
he is pitching.
In the same day, technically. It's nuts.
It is the same day.
Well, I don't know shit about baseball.
Oh, there we go.
So I'm going to go with Wemby.
All right, Wemby wins. Wemby wins. You can't be the one that cusses. You're the only one that slept.
The guy last night that got on base 9 times out of 9 is starting pitching tonight for the Dodgers.
That is incredible.
And pitching is
cool
what he's
story.
best at. He's better at pitching than anything. He likes to do that more.
And he hit 2 home runs last night.
Yeah.
You're basically an LA guy now. You gotta tap in.
I'll get better.
Yeah, you got.
I'll get better.
We got you.
With time.
We got you. But yes, there were a whole bunch of games.
Great
last
games.
night. Yeah, shut up. And we're gonna start because we did get caught up with Denver and Minnesota. Good win. Jamal Murray had one of those nights, the 43-pointer, 16 of 29 from the field. They win it 127-114. By the way, just if you're keeping Jamal Murray stats specific, when he scores at least 40, the team doesn't lose. They're 7-0. Jokic with 26, 19, and 10, little triple-double there in all 3 games. A historic list that he joins as well. However, the news that broke before this game yesterday was official, that Anthony Edwards is going to miss about 2 weeks with a right hamstring strain. Chandler, at, probably 8 games or so. How concerning is that?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, anytime you take anyone's best player off the court for that amount of time is scary, and then especially a hamstring. That's something that we all know it can linger. We all know you can't rush back from that. That can turn into something that could end up missing months at a time. So it's a tough blow, but it also does create opportunity for these young guys that it could possibly pay off later for this team if they happen to make a deep playoff run. Getting guys like Dillingham that experience, getting Shannon experience. Bones Highland, he's kind of been bounced around last couple of years. Now he can be himself, be aggressive, do what he does, try and score the basketball. But it's going to be a heavy dose of Julius Randle, McDaniels, Dante DiVincenzo is going to have to be big. Those guys are going to all have to have the green light and collectively kind of make up for the production that Anthony Edwards brings, but it's not going to be easy.
And it's a good basketball team. And one thing that they got working in their favor is the schedule. The schedule is working in their favor. They got the Lakers coming up, Hornets, Nets, Knicks, Jazz, Kings, Jazz again. That's favorable for them. I think they can survive that without Anthony Edwards. They have a lot of talent on this group. They got a lot of veteran leadership that can get them through. Julius Randle, this is going to be an opportunity for him to step in. McDaniels, this is going to be another opportunity for him to step in. Those are the guys that led them last night, and other guys. Nas Reed coming in, going to do their thing. DiVincenzo. They got a lot of guys that can weather them through this storm for the next 14 days until Anthony Edwards get back. So that's one thing that's in their favor that they can have hope in. But other than that, they hope that I'm sure they're hoping that this is not going to be something that's going to linger for a while.
I couldn't agree more. This is absolutely an opportunity for the young players to come up, get a chance to play, get those minutes, gain their confidence. Obviously, it's easier said than done with losing such an impactful player like Anthony Edwards. But obviously, you want to be careful with this early in the season, taking care of his body, making sure he's healthy for this postseason run. But it's also a scary injury because this is something, like you said, can linger. And this is something that could affect him for the rest of the season. So obviously, Minnesota wants to be extremely careful with him, make sure he's 100% healthy before he touches the floor. I could see this going longer than 2 weeks. Like I said, you want to make sure he's 100% healthy moving forward this season. So it's going to be big for these young guys to step up in his absence. And like I said, you can build their confidence for this late season run.
You know what this shows me, though? He put the pedal to the metal in training camp.
Absolutely.
Like, if you have a hamstring injury this early in the season, that tells me you came in prepared, willing to lead, ready to go, and trying to lead by example, and you probably didn't sit out a lot of drills in training camp. Because, you know, both of you guys know that. When you come into camp and you really pushing yourself to get in shape, get your teammates in shape, you want to lead by example, you want to be that leadership figure, you want to be that captain figure, and you have a hamstring so early in the season, that just tells me he came in the season ready, you know. So for this 2 weeks, I'm sure he can rehab his body, get back in shape, and he's going to put a lot of pressure on the West.
And you mentioned their schedule. It is a little favorable, but, you know, before the season starts, I thought the Jazz would be 2 wins.
I was going to say.
They're kind of rolling now. Charlotte's not going to lay over. So, again, as favorable as their schedule is compared to the other teams they could play.
Also, the Knicks aren't.
They're still going to have to compete. They're still going to have to play.
Absolutely.
But I do like that they can just
On
put
paper,
Mike Conley.
it's favorable.
It's definitely favorable on paper, but it could be a lot worse. Yeah. But now what a luxury to have Mike Conley. You can just throw him back in the lineup, have that floor general. But Julius Randle, this is now your team for the next 2 weeks. Get going. He's got to get busy. He's got to be uber aggressive, and I think he will.
All right, so let's talk a little Denver, because we know Jamal Murray, that knock has always sort of been, doesn't come into the season quite at the right shape, doesn't really seems to disappear, honestly, is what we've said year in, year out. But this season, he's averaging 30 a game through the first 3 games, and he's had at least 23 points in all 3 of those bad boys. So I'm still looking for that first All-Star appointment, Lou. Could this be the time?
The window's closing. I got to be honest. I'm glad that he's off to a great start. I'm glad that he's stepping into what he is. You know, we always have a conversation about Jokic and being in an MVP conversation. And then usually after that conversation starts, we start talking about, well, who's the wingman? Who's going to be the other guy that's going to help these teams win basketball games? Jamal Murray has been that guy for Denver for a number of years now. He's a champion. He's everything but the individual statistician that we want him to be. Like, we want him to have these individual stats and have these things on his resume. He's off to a great start, but when I say the window is closing, you got guys that's emerging. You know, we talked about Austin Reeves on this show having an opportunity to be a first-time All-Star if he's going to have a shot. You know, Wemby and the guys down in San Antonio, if they keep playing the way that they're going to play, they're going to have an opportunity to have 1 or 2 guys come in. And so in a West with so much individual talent, with so much star power, you look at the Lakers, LeBron James, Luka. Those are household names. Those are legacy acts. You got to compete with a lot of different guys. Now, if he's going to get a Canadian look for the international team, that's going to be something different. But he has to perform night in and night out at a level like this if he even wants to be mentioned in the class of some of these guys that are up and coming. And he's one of those guys. He deserves it, but he has to be consistent throughout the season and not just the postseason. Yeah,
he's always been fascinating to me, too, because his best basketball comes in the playoffs, right? And then the finals, which is a good thing to do, right?
Yeah.
That's you want your guy playing the best in the playoffs. For him, though, it hasn't happened early and consistent enough to get that first All-Star nod. They're going to win enough games just to start getting the votes. Jokic is a shoo-in. He's a kick-in. The guy, we haven't even talked about him yet. And it's 7th show of the season, too, and he's dominating, average triple-doubles every single game. He's going to continue to do that. We're almost numb to his stats. And if you look across the league, like Lou just said, these numbers are getting more gaudy and gaudy every single night. So you can get lost in the sauce here real quick by not throwing your name in this 40-ball hat, going to have 50, going to have 60-point games. Those are the things Jamal Murray has to continue to do. He's got to be healthy. They got to win games, and right now they're doing both.
I mean, I think it's pretty crazy that, we're talking about a guy that shows up every postseason compared to talking about him in the regular season. Obviously, when it comes to him making an All-Star, you're looking for consistency. Obviously, the level that he's playing at right now is where you want him to be all the way towards that All-Star break. Yeah. So with that being said, if this team can be a 1-2 seed in the West and he's, consistent in how he's playing right now, I do think he has a great chance of making it this season. And it obviously would be his first nod. But also, like you guys said, it's so much star power in the West, and it's so much star power throughout the league. That it is a little harder, and his window is closing, especially with the age and all the young talent coming up. But with the level he's playing at right now, I think he has a great chance.
I think what helps him is USA versus international, though. He's going to be considered an international guy, right? So, outside of Wemby, SGA, Luka, excuse me if I'm forgetting somebody else, but those three, there you go.
Giannis.
Yeah. But you got to look at it from a guard perspective, though. So
but we're getting sidetracked. How does that voting work? Is it literally?
Oh, I can't. I can't.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure how it works. But if that's the case, he's going to be considered an international guy, and so
it's going to help.
That may work in his favor.
And not to mention, like Boogie said, if he's averaging 25 and 7 and 4, and they're the 2 seed in the West, they're probably getting 2 All-Stars, and he's getting in.
Yeah.
He hasn't had those type of numbers come February when All-Star break happens. So this is, I think, this is the year that they're healthy. They have an unbelievable team. They added depth. They have a great starting 5, and they have the best player in the world. He is the huge piece of their success, though, because everyone knows how good Jokic is. Everyone's going to take that away. Jamal Murray has opportunities that no one else across the league has playing with Jokic.
I like when somebody's very confident in what they have. Julian Strawther believes that his team has the best starting 5 in the league, Chandler. It's a heck of a statement.
I mean, it's not good. You look at Aaron Gordon, Cam Johnson, Jokic,
it's not far
Murray
off.
and Braun. I mean, OKC, it's hard to not look at them if they're the defending champs. Cleveland, when they're healthy, they have a really, really good starting 5. But Denver is right there again.
I like the Clippers starting 5. If we're just talking starting 5s.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's not a crazy it's not a crazy statement for this kid to say that. I mean, they are.
I don't think it's crazy.
They're legit, and they added depth. I think they upgraded with Cam and to get a little bit more shooting. They bring back Bruce Brown. They add a guy like Jonas Valanciunas, so they have depth too. But as far as starting 5, yeah, I think them and OKC, Cleveland.
I love that. See, wasn't crazy.
Yeah, I don't think this is far off. Shout out to Julian. It's one of my young puppies from Vegas. But I don't think this is a far off statement. Obviously, the talent is there. This is a championship group. They've proven it before. They've had an incredible offseason by getting rid of one player and bringing back about 3 or 4. So I do think this is a very, very talented group. The starting 5 is one of the top in the league, so this isn't a far-off statement. I can
he also played 1 minute last night, so he might be justifying why he's not playing because they're starting 5. This might be a chess move he's doing here.
Yeah, it's not far off, but again, if we're just looking at names around the league, we're 3 or 4 games in, right? Nothing has happened yet, but I like the Clippers. I like the Mavericks. I like a couple of these teams in the Western Conference. Obviously, OKC is going to be the big dog, and I'm just brushing them aside like it doesn't matter because they're a proven winner.
Houston's got a great starting 5.
Houston, a lot of teams have a great starting 5, but as you can see with Luka and LeBron and AE, it's going to come down to health, right? Everybody looks good on paper. How do you sustain injuries? How do you sustain some of this adversity that's going on so early in the season?
Absolutely.
It's weird that we're starting with all these teams that haven't lost a game yet, but we're not talking about one of them. But anyway, Sixers are up next because they're having themselves quite a little time here. Starting this season off 3-0. Big win over Orlando yesterday. Tyrese Maxey. Again, we threw it around like 40 points all over the board. He had 43 and 8. The rookie, Edgecombe with 26 and
Rookie of the year.
Stud.
Banchero finished with 32. 3-0, first time since 2019. Joel Embiid sat this one out. It is the front end of a back-to-back to manage the knee. Look, I hate this because I just feel like it's just a bad case of deja vu all over again, Lou, but the questions had already started in that press room. Are they better without Joel Embiid on the floor? Here we go.
I don't listen. I'm gonna work on my wording right. I don't know if they're a better team without Joel Embiid. But one thing is for sure down in South Philly, they found their backcourt. So now you got to shore up some of the other things. You got to figure out how healthy is Paul George going to be down this stretch. And any team that has a Paul George that's healthy and on the floor is going to have an opportunity to win basketball games. Any team that has a Joel Embiid that's healthy and on the floor is going to have an opportunity to win basketball games. But with these two guys playing at the level that they're playing, if those two guys aren't healthy and available, you feel encouraged about what your future looks like because at the 1 spot, I'm good. At the 2 spot, I'm good. Some of these other things I got to shore up. Even when Jared McCain comes back, I'm good at the 3 spot. I got some depth there with Jared and PG. So are they better without Joel Embiid? It's hard to say because every time he steps on the basketball floor and he's not on limited minutes, he's not dealing with these injuries, he's going to make them a better basketball team. But if you're looking ahead in the future and you say, hey, maybe this doesn't pan out one way or another, I feel encouraged about the guys that I do have leading my backcourt, something to build on in the future. So who knows?
I just don't even like the question, right? Because it's like,
well, how do we address it? Because it is the elephant
Are they
in the room.
better without Paul George? Are they 3-0 without him? Are they better without Jared McCain? They're 3-0 without him. But for some reason, we're looking at Joel Embiid just because he's the MVP. He's the guy that's kind of been up and down health-wise.
But he's also, he was the process, was he not?
And now he's
It's
the
a
one
valid question.
It's a valid question.
Yeah.
No,
They're
but he's
3-0 and he's on the roster.
The answer is when he's healthy and he's drawing the attention that he does and the double teams, and he has that dominant energy that he does, there's no chance in hell this team's a better team without him, and that opens up the whole floodgates for the entire team.
But how often is that?
It's not very often right now, and I'll be honest with you, he doesn't look good right now, and he's not moving right now. I'm not giving up on him, but the production, the minutes hasn't been good. As someone that played on a minute restriction damn near my whole last 5 years, it sucks. You come out, you have short stints, you force, you press, you see the guy come to the subs, you're mentally, you're checked out. So I can see frustration in Joel in that press conference. He literally said he'd rather stay at home with his family than do what he's doing. Like he's got to be just hurting and eating him alive. But he also had all summer to get healthy, and if he's still not healthy, that's my biggest concern. Is like, now what? Now the season starts. Now you have surgery. Like
Absolutely, Boogie. I'll let you dive into this subject. But we said it the other day, right? Like, if you're a guy that leads a team, and you're playing 20 minutes, it's gonna take you 3 or 4 of them to get going. And then at the 3 or 4 minute mark, somebody is pulling you. It's gonna be brutal. And Chandler just said it. That's been his experience. It's hard to give a team production. It's hard to be yourself when you're only playing 20 minutes a game, when you're accustomed to playing double that, especially if you're Joel Embiid and you're used to you're trying to compete for a championship. You're top 3 to 5 in MVP voting and MVP runnings. Like, you have a different set of goals. You have a different mindset. And when you're only playing 20 minutes a game, it's hard for a guy like that to find his footing in the game.
I agree. I agree with everything you said, especially through the lenses of, Joel Embiid. But as far as the original question, is this a valid question? I think it is. And the reason I think it's valid is because, one, when Joel Embiid is on the floor, we all know the Sixers are playing through Joel Embiid. So it's a completely different playing style. Now with him being not being out of the lineup, but with limited minutes, you get to see an entirely different playing style with these two frontcourt guards. So with that being said, backcourt guards. So with that being said, it's a valid question, and they also have an opportunity to get a small sample size of what the future looks like for the Philadelphia 76ers moving forward. So is it a valid question? Absolutely, and I'm pretty sure the front office are having talks about it, what it looks like, what the possibility is, and should we consider closing this door moving forward or what? So I absolutely think it's a valid question.
Just fun fact, by the way, Maxey and VJ, 186 points so far this season, the most by a starting backcourt on any team's first 3 games of the season since 1970 and 71. That's one of those good facts. I like that one.
It's great, and that's what we should be talking about. We should be talking about they're 3-0 because of those two guys, the production that they're doing, how consistent Kelly Oubre's been. Kelly Oubre had 25 and 10 last night. Like. Don't make that face.
Yes, you're making the face.
No, they found their backcourt. They still do have help on the way, and it looks like Joel Embiid. This is as off as we can possibly see him. Hopefully, before he's just out of the lineup. So I think this is a bright spot. You would have told us right now that the Sixers are 3-0 without basically 3 starters playing.
Yeah, for real.
They'll take that any day of the week.
Quality wins too.
I just can't say they're a better team with Bona and Drummond as their centers versus Joel Embiid.
It's because it's counterintuitive. It's to eliminate a superstar. It sounds weird, feels weird, but Shaq did say, Boogie, this one goes to you, that Embiid is not a top big anymore. Is that fair?
As of right now in this current season, I can agree with Shaq. It doesn't take away anything he's done in previous seasons, but as of right now in the place he's in, I agree. He's not the dominant force that we're accustomed to seeing. Obviously, he's limited in his minutes and his role. So I agree with Shaq, but this is no knock to Joel. It's just the current situation. Do I think he can get back to being that dominant force? Absolutely. But as of right now, I agree.
Yeah, and right now, we're seeing all these crazy highlights from Wemby. We're seeing Anthony Davis do his thing. We're seeing Lauri Markkanen last night have 51. It's so easy just to get forgot about and what have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
What has Joel Embiid done for us lately is not much. So anymore, I don't know, but right now I agree.
I kind of love that we're getting to see Tyrese, because remember, Tyrese Maxey got hurt, and it felt like we all sort of got robbed a little bit because he was on such a great run. But he's got 40 or more points in 2 of these 3 wins so far. As far as top point guards in the league, Lou, can we expect this in the East?
He's back in the conversation.
Absolutely.
Back in the conversation, playing with a ton of confidence, playing with a ton of energy. And again, ridden these guys off last year, right? When PG went down, even Tyrese Maxey, he had his injuries, he had his issues last year, along with Joel Embiid and PG, Jared McCain and Oubre. All of these guys had injuries. He's the guy that came back this year healthy, wanting to prove something, wanting to put himself back in that hat. Like, again, we're talking about Joel Embiid being out of the running of top big men in the league just by injury. Tyrese Maxey, he realized he was in the same position with a guard-heavy NBA. Like, we keep talking about top point guards and we don't have a pure point guard. All of these guys can score at a high clip. So if we're judging our point guards now and their measuring stick is the way that they score the basketball, he should be in that conversation, and he's proven that to start this season.
Yeah, when you look at, it's, again, small sample size, but Maxey's averaging 37, SGA 36, yeah. Austin Reeves 36. Murray, Brunson, Curry, Ball, all these guards are such elite scorers now that we've got accustomed to that. They're no more like setup guys. They're no more like traditional old school point guards. These are kind of the head of the snakes. These are get out in transition. They play fast. These two guys together are so explosive. They're so athletic. They get good early looks. They can shoot it. They can get to the basket. So this is one of the better dynamic backcourts we've seen in the league so far this year. And it's only been 3 games together. Like, they're going to continue to get better. They're both so young. And Tyrese Maxey, he's back. This isn't a fluke. This is him. This is his game. This is who he is when he's healthy. And he's an absolute stud.
Yeah, this is fun to watch. I've got to talk a little bit of Orlando, of course, because they were thought by many to be the 3rd best team possibly out in the East, and they're starting this bad boy 1-3. Did we overrate them, Chandler? Your hometown team.
I don't know if we overrated them. Again, it's early. They still have a really good duo with Paolo and Wagner. They've been struggling a little bit. They're still trying to work in Desmond Bane. They're well coached. They're going to defend. The scary thing is they're kind of healthy right now. All they're losing is the other Wagner, really, all they're missing so far.
Yeah, fair.
But they're kind of working in their bench. They're finding their rotations. They're finding their roles. I think they're going to be fine. Do we overrate them? No, I still think they're going to be a home court advantage team in the playoffs. But it's definitely a shaky start. But this is a team that I'm not really worried about. They'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of this Orlando group. I think they have a good team. They're well coached, like Chandler said. I think part of their struggles was obviously Paolo kind of started off slow. He kind of got back to it in their recent game, but it's early. Some teams start off slow. It happens. But this group definitely has the potential and the talent and the power to be a top team in the East. So I think things will work themselves out, and they'll eventually find a rhythm. But the biggest thing also is, trying to work in Desmond Bane, who's a new addition. And also, I think was a great pickup for this Orlando team. It was exactly what they were kind of looking for that 2 spot. So I think this team still has potential to be one of the top teams in the East.
I like the Desmond Bane, but 3 fouls and a tech in 7 seconds. I don't know if he was having a bad day off the court, or somebody made him mad before he get Boogie.
Boogie's our resident tech guy.
Like, how? The math on that's
How's
insane.
that happen,
Boogie? I've never done this. This is pretty.
Stop.
3 fouls, a tech in 7 seconds.
7 seconds, Chandler.
It's hard to do.
That's
Who's
Man.
mad?
These got to be.
What do you mean? No, we're not clapping that.
That's impressive. That's impressive.
Something happened.
Can we play? Like
Yeah, we could literally play it in
early?
a loop.
Was it late? I need
I'm
some.
sure we got.
Shout out to Desmond Bane.
We're not shouting out Desmond Bane.
I want to see it. How do you do this in 7 seconds?
That's impressive. That's something for the history books there. I like that. Don't do it again, but I do like that.
There's a lot of history made last night.
I just love to know the backstory of the inner workings of what was happening in his brain in those 7
Bad
seconds.
day at work. We all have them. Bad day at work.
Yeah, we do. This is fair.
We're human.
Chicago Bulls, they are also 3-0. Not lost a game. They got a win over the Hawks last night, 128-113. 8 players on that squad in double figures. Vucevic had 17 rebounds, 9 assists. How about Ayo Dosunmu with 21 off the bench? Okay, 3-0, first time since 2021. Boogie, is it for real?
I don't know if it's for real, but I will say this is the biggest surprise of the season so far. Okay. I don't think anybody had, the Chicago Bulls on their list as one of the best teams to start the season off so far. But, credit to them. Obviously, this isn't a team with any stars, so I believe this is a coach's dream. Obviously, they're well coached early on, so they're playing good team ball. Vucevic almost with a triple-double. Great team effort all around, so I think this is a coach's dream. But do I think it lasts? Probably not.
Knicks, Philly, Bucks coming up.
Y'all laughed at me yesterday when I mentioned the Chicago Bulls.
I'm gonna laugh at you today too.
I would never laugh.
I'm not buying.
Y'all laughed at me yesterday when I mentioned.
So
the
you're
Chicago
rolling.
Bulls.
They're a squad.
You know why I'm rolling? Because all preseason and all offseason we talked about the East being wide open. If the East is wide open and you have a team like the Chicago Bulls emerge as at 3-0 and they're bought into what they're trying to do, and you got some like Vucevic has been there the whole time. He's probably sick of being a play-in guy. Like, so if these guys came back this year and they bought into what their coach is saying, what they're talking about, as far as what their team is trying to accomplish, I'm rolling. Like, why not? If we're gonna give credit to all of these other teams in the East and what they're able to start trying to build early on in this season, why not the Chicago Bulls why can't they be one of them?
I will say,
not?
Josh Giddey gets paid. He's playing comfortable. He's playing free. Bucelis, the kid, he's got a chance to make that big leap for kind of most improved player. And like we mentioned, Bush has always been a professional. The guy's been on the trading block for like 7 years.
Every season. Every
He has
season.
not been traded.
Yeah.
So he's
Since Orlando.
Yeah. So listen, they're solid. They're also well coached with Billy D there, but I don't see it. I really don't.
Every time you see Billy D, it's just weird.
With these upcoming 5 games kind of sway you one way or another. You got Sacramento, you got New York in a back-to-back, home and away. You got Philly and you got Milwaukee.
Billy, no, he knows how to coach a slow, unathletic white guy to succeed.
Oh, there we go. Yes, there we go.
He's done that.
He's done that before.
He used to bust
He's familiar
Kentucky's
with
ass.
territory. Couple of undefeateds last night as well. OKC and San Antonio, shout out. But we're going to specifically look at 2 plays from their respective games. We'll start with Wemby. It's a Wemby-Chet showdown. So yeah, we'll do this. What do we think about this?
Dunk that?
No.
It's like a layup.
I will say on
It looked
takeoff.
like an accident.
On takeoff, I thought it was going to be a dunk.
But then Chet also has a moment, and this is on Cooper flag.
Oh,
That's way
Kind of.
better.
there you go.
That's better.
So we like that better?
I will say we're so used to seeing outrageous stuff from Wemby that 360 was cool, but this is.
That's pretty.
By the way, fun fact, Spurs tie their franchise record for hot starts at 4-0. 2015-16.
Race for
Race
saves.
for saves. Maybe Amar'e will give me one of those when he comes on. All right, we're going to take a quick break. On the other side, Amar'e Stoudemire joins the show. He might do it. Probably
The
not.
race for saves?
Probably not. Somebody will.
Run it back, yeah. Run it up, run it back, yeah.
Up in the lap of Richardson. Up ahead, look out. Hello! Amar'e Stoudemire elevates and detonates. Are you kidding me? Devastating dunk here in Oakland. Maybe the top dunk of his career. That was savage.
That just seemed rude,
Just
didn't it?
one?
Yay! Welcome.
Just
Six-time
one of
All-Star,
those
five-time
posters?
All-Star. That just seemed rude, Amar'e. Is that fun watching that, by the way? Like, what's it like watching yourself do that?
Oh, Stat.
Oh, no.
You're muted.
Oh, no, you're muted.
You're on mute.
No, I'm not. I'm not on
There you go.
mute. There we go. No, it brings back a lot of good memories. You know, that was a fourth quarter play, and it was like a tight game, and it was crunch time. You know, but that was a heck of a game.
God, that's awesome. Okay, since you had, unfortunately, a few moments that you had to share a team with Chandler, 20 games anyways in Dallas, any stories you can share with us?
We had a good time. We had a really good time. I mean, that team in Dallas was a special team. A lot of players I played with, a lot of players I enjoyed playing with at that moment was great. And Chandler and I built a good relationship during that moment. It was a fun season.
Stat, I know the whole thing about the whole wine bath thing went viral back in the day. Are we still doing that, or is that still part of the regimen, or no?
I mean, no, not as much. But I do indulge every now and then, but I more so just kind of consume the wine more so than bathe in it
Yeah.
nowadays. You know
What's
what I'm saying?
the benefits? I missed it. What's the benefits?
Like, how many bottles does it take?
Yeah,
What
how
they
did
were
that all come
saying
about?
what they were saying at that time is that because of the wine and these things, like the red blood cells get somewhat enhanced in these things, but it was more so just like a luxury, kickback situation.
Way to keep it 100 with me. It's just look.
Yeah.
Sounds
Is this high quality wine
Yeah,
or
like,
like
are
a
we-
Harbor Mist type
Yeah, like
wine?
a box wine or like a good
And
wine?
we got the. I would assume it should be a Cabernet Sauvignon, expensive as it was.
Yeah.
Everything about what's going on right now. You got to start your career against the Supersonics team that was a Gary Payton Supersonics team, which has got to be a fun memory as far as words that were said. Like, what do you remember from your first game out?
My first game against the Supersonics.
Yeah.
I don't really remember, to be honest with you. I was back in 2002.
That's fair.
Because my rookie year was out of high school, so a lot of the games that I was playing during my rookie year happened so fast. I was somewhat of a bubble, you know what I'm saying? Because everything was just happening all at once, and I went from 32 games a season to 82 games in a season. I'm playing against all the players that I grew up watching when I was a kid, and so that rookie season was like, it happened so fast. A lot of it I can't quite remember, to be quite frank with you.
That's fair.
During your time with the Suns, y'all were called the 7-second or less Suns. Steve Nash running the show. Tell me about that. How was it playing with Steve?
Yeah, it was cool, man, because, obviously in Phoenix, I was drafted by the Suns out in 2002, and we had somewhat of a core group established, right, with myself, Sean Marion, Joe Johnson, and then once we brought Steve in, Steve was a point guard that somewhat got everybody the ball where they needed the ball at, right? And so we all were kind of different in our position. I wasn't a natural center, right? I was a natural power forward. Sean Marion wasn't a natural power forward. He was a natural small forward. So for us to switch up our positions and use our speed to our advantage, then Nash, the point guard, was able to get us the ball in the right locations. We changed the game when it came to up-tempo style because we were so fast in our positions. But it was fun, man, because the league wasn't quite understanding what was happening. And because we were, innovative, we just happened to have so much fun playing free basketball. It was a great time in our career.
Yeah, and Stat, you just mentioned all of those guys that you played with, but, be clear, you and Steve, y'all were that 1-2 punch in that pick and roll. So a lot of people would consider Matrix as that third option, Sean Marion as that third option. In that era of basketball, do you feel like he's underappreciated with what he brought to the table?
Yeah, Sean was a Swiss Army knife for us. You know what I'm saying? He was able to guard the top wing players for us. He would steal all my rebounds. You know what I'm saying? And he was a guy that scored without a play being called for him. And so he was like the glue to our team. I mean, obviously Steve was the leading assist guy. I was the leading point scorer, shot blocker, rebounder. So and Sean was right there leading our team in rebounds also, depending on the season. So we all played an intricate part in that 7 seconds or less offense.
Stat, the Suns and the Spurs had so many playoff battles during your time, including the 2007 one, which the Suns ended up losing in 6 games. There was the suspension of Game 4 where you came off the bench when Robert Horry knocked Nash into the scorer's table. This play right here.
Oopsie.
Yeah.
If that doesn't happen, you don't get suspended. Do you guys win a championship?
Absolutely, bro. I think when Nash laid down flat on his back, I thought he was severely hurt, bro.
Yeah.
So sure. we walking toward the court like, what the heck is going on? And then we happened to get suspended. At that time, we didn't know the rules. Myself, Boris Diaw, the coaching staff even didn't quite know the rules at that point. It wasn't talked about at all. And I'm walking the court to check on Nash because he laid out flat as if he was
right.
done for. And then we got suspended. But yeah, man, I think we would have won a championship. I came back in Game 6, 38-16 against Duncan. And we had a chance to win the series, but it was too late by that point.
No.
I love that you remember 38-16 against Duncan. So specific.
Yeah.
By the way, we have Robert Horry on the show.
Yeah, it was a lot more than that. Now we can go back. a few years prior to that.
Why would I do that? Why are we doing that?
That was a routine checkup. That was a routine checkup right there.
I gotta use that one. That wasn't nothing.
Okay, I kind of might steal that. We do have Robert Horry on the show tomorrow, which is very random coincidence. Any messages, anything you want me to relay?
Nah, Robert doing his thing. I mean, you got to think at that point in time, committing a hard foul is kind of the way basketball is, depending on the game situation, right? So for him to commit that foul to Steve Nash, I figured it was a part of the game, but it's still, we had to figure out what was going on with Nash. So we walked on the court to see what was going on, and unfortunately, the NBA came back with a harsh decision, and it cost us a championship.
I don't love that, by the way. Was that the best team, 2007, best team you played on?
Yeah, 2007 was a good year. I want to say 2005, 2006 was 2004, 2005 was another good year. We had opportunities. We had a lot against us. We had the officiating situation that took place the years after that. Tim Donahue was a part of this whole thing that was going on in our series. So it was a lot that was happening, but we had our chance.
You played 2 seasons with Shaq towards the end of his career. Tell us what it was like playing with Shaq.
It was great playing with Shaq, man. You know, growing up in Florida, Penny and Shaq was my 2 favorite players at that time because Mike Jordan had retired, and then it was Shaq and Penny. And watching them growing up was like, you know, those are my guys. And Shaq began to become my favorite player in the NBA, ripping down backboards and all this kind of stuff. And then to be able to now compete against Shaq with Shaq and Kobe in the Lakers, and then having Shaq on our team was big for us. You know, we had a chance to win a championship then with Shaq, but I had suffered the eye injury, so I was out for the second half of that season. But playing with Shaq was great, man. Just his knowledge of the game of basketball and his information he gave over to me, even off the court, was very helpful for me to kind of establish my particular entrepreneurship. So it was great playing with Shaq.
Yeah.
Was he, I mean, he just strikes me as someone who's just fun to be around and never that serious. Like, what was he like as far as the fun stuff? Did he prank people? Was he goofy? Like, what was he like?
Yeah, he pranked everybody except for me. He was like, he put a lot of popcorn in Goran Dragic's car, filled his car with popcorn and all this kind of stuff. Shaq was always goofing around, man. That's just his personality. He's always funny and like to have a good time. You know, and that's Shaq. He always did these type of things. I mean, he was bringing the training staff and the whole nine. He was always doing something.
After that Phoenix run, then you go over to New York and you reunite with Coach D'Antoni. I had him down in Houston, so I know the vibes with D'Antoni. And then later on in February, Carmelo Anthony joined that group. Why do you feel? What's your thoughts in hindsight? Why that team didn't quite get over the hump? Because you guys had a hell of a lot of talent and were highly touted. Why do you think that particular group didn't get over the hump?
Well, when I first got to New York, I wanted to go to a place. First of all, I was raised in New York, right? I moved to New York in the 3rd grade. I was there until high school, basically. So I was familiar with New York. But then also, D'Antoni was there. And so I felt like it was a great reunite situation to go to New York. And I knew D'Antoni would let me play my game, right? A lot of people at that time thought I was only a pick and roll guy and I only could do these things. And I'm like, that's far from the truth. So when I got to New York, I knew D'Antoni would allow me to play my full game. And that's what I was able to accomplish that first half of that season. And I was playing team basketball. I was getting everybody involved with Wilson Chandler, Raymond Felton, Gallinari. Yeah. All these guys were playing, you know, having career years. And then once we brought in another superstar like Carmelo, he requires a lot of attention. So when Melo comes to our team, the ball it's not moving as much because Melo requires a lot of attention. He's one of the offensive greats. So when he gets to basketball, he's looking to score. And so a lot of the cohesiveness somewhat faded away during that time. And then I also started suffering some injuries year 2, year 3, battling back and forth. And that's kind of how things panned out throughout that time in New York. We tried our best. We gave it all we got, but we just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah.
What do you think? It's so funny. Carmelo Anthony is just one of those characters. It's like people either love him or they hate him. Like it's a very polarizing thing. What do you think it is about Melo that some people don't get or don't like?
I don't know. I think Melo's a solid guy. I've been knowing Melo since high school. He's been the same. He's very personable. You know, everyone loves to be around him. He's a fun guy to be around. He gives off all this great information to people, and he's just kind of open-hearted kind of guy. When it comes to basketball, he's an offensive guy first. So a lot of people critique this game because he's not passing the ball very much. So people who are fans don't really like that as much. You know, Kobe had that thing where he was kind of, you know, the same type of guy, and people start hating Kobe because he didn't pass the ball. Early in Mike Jordan's career, people were saying the same thing. Mike doesn't pass the ball. And the same thing with Carmelo, because he wasn't a pass-first kind of guy. People started to somewhat create this dilemma with Melo, but he's such a great offensive player. And then everyone started to realize how good of he is offensive player. And those players sometimes get that type of critiqueness because they're so good offensively.
Stat, during your time in New York, I got to ask you about it, because that 2011-2012 season, Linsanity. That was one of the craziest things I've ever seen in sports. Tell me what that was like, just being there for that, you know, obviously on the floor with him.
Yeah, that was crazy, bro, because, you know, Jeremy Lin, almost the entire that entire season. We didn't really know who he was. He was on our team. we paid him no mind. I mean, he was like the 12th, 13th guy, and so he wasn't really around doing anything for us at that point in time. And then once I think Melo got hurt, my brother passed away, so I went back to Florida for his funeral, and then so Lynn Sandy had to step up. I mean, you know, so when he got into the ball game, no one knew a scout report about Jeremy Lin, and so he had I think 30 game one, and then what happened was when he played against the Lakers, and you know, obviously with Kobe coming in town, it's a whole fiasco in Madison Square Garden. So when Kobe come in town, and then Jeremy Lin had the game that he had, then Lin Sandy started. I get back to New York, and I'm seeing Jeremy Lin jerseys. I'm seeing all of Asia in New York now. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? And the stadium going crazy.
It's crazy.
We play a game in Toronto. We down, I think we down 1 or something like that. And with like 5 seconds left, and Jeremy Lin got the basketball. I'm flashing up like, all right, get the ball to the big dog now. It's time to win the game. He fanning me out of the way like, nah, I got this. I'm like, what? And he pull up for the three and hit it. I'm like, oh, okay. So now we in that Jeremy Lin era. All right, cool. Yeah, that was a fun time.
That was crazy.
Hilarious. I want to talk to you about the current New York Knicks. Right now, they're fourth in odds to be a title contender and win it. What would a championship do to New York City right now in this day and age with the group that they have?
Yeah, it'd be crazy, man. I mean, you gotta think about all the social media, all the entertainment, all the you know the cameras and all this stuff nowadays. To win a championship in New York would be times 20 what it was back in the the 90s or so, right? And I think they got a good chance, man. Obviously winning a championship is not easy. Being a premier player like Jeremy Lin, like Jalen Brunson, when you got that type of type of green light, and you got a team that's cohesively with you, you got a great chance to do something special. And it's a matter of them coming together and really figuring out how to really win a championship. And it's not easy, but it can happen.
Can't be naming streets, though, before the conference finals. I can't do that again next season. I think that was a jinx, Amar'e. Like, yeah, that was too much too soon. Energy drink and protein bar. Grab one. Tell us about it.
Yeah, Grab One is a new innovative protein drink, hydration, and also protein shakes that allow you to have like a very, very high level nutrition, right? I mean, since my career's been over, I've been staying in shape. And a lot of things that we do to stay in shape is that we make sure we fuel our body with the right ingredients. And having Grab One being now out there to give over to the people is more so about having the proper nutrition to fuel your body, your muscles. If you're working out, if you're running in the run club or whatever you're doing, it gives you a chance to hydrate properly, and that's what we're doing.
Hear that, Chandler? You got to fuel better.
I need to grab 10.
He needs it.
Chandler, grab 10, man. You got to grab 10 of them.
Amar'e, thank you so much. We appreciate the time very much.
Thanks,
I
Seth.
got you, no problem. All right, fellas.
We'll be right back. That man has a family.
Hey,
Run it up, then run it back.
Amelia, Cooper flag on Sandro Mamu Kelashvili. We call him Mamu. We call him Mamu. But here we go.
Oh, God, that was nice. More of this, Coop.
A
More of
Spurs fan
this.
favorite, as a matter of fact. No, not more of that. Whatever.
Was it an and1? Sure was.
Sure.
You're proud.
I mean, too much, if you ask me. Zion.
Oh.
And how'd that end up?
That's Gert.
Yo, that's crazy.
What were you about to say?
What is this?
Never mind. Just shut up.
Leave it alone.
Link
Okongwu
first.
on Chet. Okay, here we go. Let me
Just
see
sit
what
this segment
Yeah.
out. Just sit this one out.
Okongwu.
Oh, ski.
Well, I didn't hate that at all, now did I? That was fun. I like
One of my
that.
youngest right there. One of my rooks.
There's a lot of
You taught him this?
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't teach him that.
Try trying to go vertical,
Yeah.
2 feet in front of the hash.
All right, you know what? I haven't given Giannis a ton of love
I
yet.
haven't spoke about him
We
once.
really haven't. But like, it starts now, and here it is. Yeah, but you know what? Maybe it's a good thing. Just quietly getting it done. He said he was going to. We'll see what happens. Jaden McDaniels on Yang.
Oh, no.
Johnson.
Oh, not the...
Why they picking on these names like that?
Right foot, right hand?
Oh, my God.
Nah,
That's not
come
nice.
on,
That's
Yang.
a tall person. He should not. That's,
Yang,
no.
yang. Get your ass
I don't like
dunked
that.
on. Yes, sir.
Have we had a Miles Turner moment either? It's like we're just we haven't done any
Hey.
bucks at all. I think is
Baseline. Well, listen. If you wanna track the fire,
These were nice.
start in Washington.
It's a nice little seggy we had here.
I mean, I don't hate it. Ron Holland, Jalen Smith.
Oh, the two hands. If you try and dunk on someone with two hands, though, you're just not scared.
Nah, that ain't it.
I don't like it.
This
pretty
business.
tough.
It didn't move me. It didn't move me the way I wanted it to. Well, this one's interesting. Buzelis on Isaiah Stewart.
Hey, I like that one.
Okay, that one's
Okay.
a roll.
Don't look at him afterwards.
He's gonna be mad. He's gonna remember it forever.
Don't say nothing. Just get back on D.
No, look, he screamed on him.
No,
he
he
had
didn't.
Pro
plenty, he
Isaiah
had
Stewart
plenty
here.
to say. Ain't got
his
away
boy,
with it.
his boy's sitting courtside.
Woo! Wiggins, Capella.
He ain't talking to Stewart like that.
Hey, Clint, I remember it used to be a no layup zone. You gotta get your name
Still
right.
no layups. Now it's done.
I haven't seen
Now it's just straight body.
Taking a quick break. Come back. Wrap things up.
Oh,
Chandler, you're gonna sit the next one out.
The running back, run it up, run it back.
Did you bring the whiteboard, Chandler? Because we're keeping track. Remember, Chandler, you're
know.
up first. Prop party.
tonight, I like Steph Curry over threes. Self-explanatory.
Is it?
Oh, 4.5. I thought I got it at
That's
3.
self-explanatory.
He's gonna have to hit 5 threes. Don't love that, but we'll roll with it. Zubac over rebounds. Nobody can deal with him. I think Horford's out. Give me over 10.5 rebounds.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Lou, you want to play?
I was letting you cook for a second, but we pretty much got the same thing. I like Zubac over in rebounds, and I like Steph Curry to go and get 25.5. 29 to be
I
exact.
like
We
yours
never
better.
checked that,
I
did
like
we?
yours better.
We got a lot of overlap on this one, Boogie.
Yeah, I like Steph at 5 threes, over 5 threes, and I got Harden with over 5 assists. So.
By the way,
No,
I think
you
if-
got over 9.5.
Oh, 9.5. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
But that's okay, because you overlap with me on that particular one. I do have the assists as well. I also have points for Harden. It's a Harden party tonight. We went ahead and mix and matched to make a same-game parlay. Did we keep track of the last one? I'm pretty sure mine did not hit.
We
Which
did.
is fine. There you go. You got Curry with the threes. You got Zubac with the 10.5 rebounds. Boogie's Harden over 9.5 assists, and my points for Harden will get you a plus 1102. You know what?
I don't hate it.
So
I don't hate
take
it.
15 threes. He's gonna make
I don't
5.
hate it at all.
I don't hate it at all. By the way, shout out Lauri Markkanen. He just quietly had, did he have 50 or 51 last night? Yeah, 51, I believe, last night. And I think that just needs to be at least mentioned, because who knows? We don't know how the Jazz season's going to go.
Yeah, no, we do. But it started off. It
I was
started
about
off.
to say,
It
yes, we
started
do.
off very well, and that's what I'm talking about. These dudes are just dropping 50, and we don't even talk about it. Like
We're spoiled.
The points are crazy.
Are we becoming too desensitized to greatness?
Or is there just no defense and more
Oh,
possessions?
it could also be that.
I think
All
it's a
right.
combo of both.
It's a combo, but guys, we're all going to take naps. So I'm just glad we got through this whole hour. Amar'e Stoudemire was awesome. We have Robert Ory on the show
I'm going to the
tomorrow.
game tonight. I swear to God, if it goes extra
It
innings.
can't possibly go extra innings again.
It's going
can it?
another 15.
God, I don't have
I'm
it.
out at
Don't have it in me. But we'll give it our shot.
Why go?
Thanks for watching.
Crazy man.
We'll be back
Ohtani's
tomorrow.
pitching.
Yeah, you don't have to go.
You can't
Enjoy your
not
day.
leave.
The running back, yeah.